Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble while following us on Facebook, or find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcasts can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for past episodes, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now. Enjoy the community. Subscribe or follow today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Hello and welcome wherever you might be on the spaceship we call Earth. You're tuned in to Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, and please leave a comment. And of course, follow us on your favorite podcast platform so you'll never miss an episode. Today, our guest is a relationship coach who helps individuals break free from societal expectations and past patterns to create a life of love and truly align with their essence. Through deep transformational coaching, they guide others towards authentic connections, emotional security, and self-worth. From around the world, from East Africa, let's welcome Dolly Minai. You do have an audience.
Yeah, I've had the clubs. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. So, what got you into this path? What happened in your life that steered you in the direction and the journey that you're taking right now?
Yeah, so growing up as a little girl, because every story begins when you're a girl or a younger person. So when I was younger, I happened to be good at many things, many subjects. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be. So because I also happened to be a smart kid, I became a dentist. My parents always wanted a doctor. So in this part of the world where I happened to be born, when you're a smart kid, you become either a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. So I became a dentist. So now I was a dentist actually I'm doing my 10th year right now, but I always wanted to have a passion of something which I could do for free, and I would love it still, but get paid for it. So I remember 10 years ago, actually a decade ago, before I met my ex-husband, I prayed to God and asked him to give me a passion, because I overheard somebody talking about it. A passion is something that you could do for free. Yeah. So I wanted something like this. I wanted to have this. So I prayed and asked this for myself. So I usually joke about it that I was given a marriage instead, a very painful one. Although right now, we are friends and we're raising our child in a harmonious way, but I was blessed with this marriage, which was so painful and hurtful. But through the struggles and the hurtfulness and the trying to figure it out, and eventually ending up in therapy sessions, both couple sessions and individual sessions, and then ending up in a coaching session, and then ending up in a coaching program to become a coach. I really, I got it. I understood why I had to be in that space to truly understand people who come to me with issues with relationships, because I prayed for this thing and I was given the exact thing which I was asking for. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's amazing too when people go through these events in our lives, and we find some sort of a way, whether it's a divine way, or we get the strength to defeat this adversity, and then we're like, wow, I can help people overcome these particular issues. It's amazing, because some people just, everybody needs a guide. Everybody needs a guide in anything.
Yeah.
And some of these bad, horrific, whether it's a relationship or an event, we think that it's going to knock us down and we'll never get up, but we always get up. We always get up. But the way that you fought through it it makes us stronger. If it doesn't kill us, it makes us stronger.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So for the sign, what are some of the signs of as far as like authentic relationships and
Yes.
recognizing authentic relationships? What do you think some of the signs of a shallow, inauthentic relationship could be?
Yeah.
Because some people are like, well, I don't know if this is an authentic relationship. I don't know if this is real. Are they lying to me? Or, what could be some signs out there that people like, wait a second. Let me back off a little bit and give it some space to see where the truth eventually comes out.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, first of all, to be able to identify and see inauthenticity.
Yeah.
You have to go through a process yourself where, you sort of excavate your own inauthenticity.
Yeah.
And then you can be authentic enough to be able to recognize something which is not authentic. It's in the essence of it. So the way it will manifest in somebody to be somebody who, okay, of course, lies. They lie a lot. They don't feel comfortable in their own skin. They change their mannerisms in different scenarios. They're trying to please. They're trying to prove themselves. And I'm imagining it's coming from some lack place where they're trying to get something. Sort of trying to get energy from somebody. You're trying to, as opposed to pouring, taking in a way. So you feel it. You feel that taking energy from this person, and that right there is inauthentic.
Yeah. And the thing is too, it's all these, like the mannerisms that people might exhibit, or express that are kind of like, for instance, I think some of I think a common one would be, the show of public affection. If there's a couple together and stuff like that, and one person does not show or afraid to show affection in public to somebody, that's could be potentially a danger sign, especially if they used to, early in a relationship, showing affection all the time, but suddenly you start to see those mannerisms kind of go away and the personality starts changing. They don't show that public affection anymore. I mean, that's to me, that's like the very first sign. But when it comes to certain relationships, yeah, it's almost like, it depends on how long you've known each other. Kind of depends on that. But I mean, in this time in my life, at this point in my life,
yeah.
I mean, I'm middle aged now. I don't look like I'm anywhere close to 50, but I'm almost 50.
Wow.
And, yeah. Good genes, right? But at this point in my life, it's like as we get older, we start to realize it's like it's not worth trying to cling on to things that are not absolute. We try to give things more time to ferment, to grow, and yet at the same time keeping our space just to to do more observation, especially if you're really early in a relationship. It's like, and I'm guilty of that. I'm sure a lot of people are guilty of that. You've probably experienced this, where it's like, I'm gonna keep my distance. I'm gonna play this slow and see how authentic this other person is in any type of relationship, whether it's intimate, personal, or business. What are your experiences with the time frame, and kind of, you know, don't rush into it?
Yeah. So the idea of rushing into something, a sort of relationship, either a romantic one or, like you mentioned, a business one. The Jungian work that I do with clients, we go deep with the emotion.
Mm.
So sometimes if you feel this neediness to rush, if you feel it, it's there sometimes, or initially, if it's something that you do have, then it's an opportunity for you to look inward and see what is this emotion trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Because ideally, I don't think we are meant to rush into anything. Because the more we do this work, we get to understand ourselves and get really in touch with our worth. We will automatically want to guard it. So it will look like we are not rushing, but really we're trying to see if this thing, this situation, this person is worth all this gem I've cultivated. It will be a natural thing. You don't have to tell yourself, oh, now I have to observe. It will just be automatic. You just watch, you observe. But now, if there's still that need to rush, that right there, that charge that comes up, there's a way we can work with it and see where's it coming from, what need is it trying to get, then transform it into something which should be protected now.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the importance and or maybe the difference between the two things in a relationship, whether it's business or personal, of collaboration versus competition? Because it seems like I see relationships like that all the time, where it's like I see a collaborative relationship where you work together to get to some goal or some point of evolution in the relationship, like I said, whether it's business or personal. But then you see relationships where they're competitive. It's like they're like a love. It's almost like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. Oh, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so what are your thoughts on kind of maybe advice out there for people who see
sure.
this,
So,
and kind of balance the two?
who see this in themselves or see this in their partners or both? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm imagining to get to a place where both of you are consciously collaborating, because it sounds like a conscious. Collaboration comes from a conscious place.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you guys will get to a point where, of course, you get to a point where there's a crossroad. You're not seeing things the same way. How are you going to now work with that to create something which works for both of you? So it's really a conscious effort, and it takes a bit of work.
Yeah.
So, but for the sake of a competition, it sounds like they need to prove something, and the competition, it has its place to feel to compete. I'm sure it has its place, but it depends on where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of I want to prove myself, to people, to this person. Then this is an opportunity again to work with that. Where's this coming from? So I'm always going to go deeper with my answers. Like, where this need to compete and to prove and to grab and to show myself coming from? What needs now to transform for me to get to a place where I'm collaborating and not competing? Yeah.
There's got to be a balance between the two. I mean, it's good to have some sort of competition in any type of relationship, business or personal, because it kind of keeps the juices flowing. It kind of keeps the creativity, the creative mind, depending on the time frame, what it's all about. What is the relationship exactly? Like I said, if it's business, then I mean, if you're collaborating, but you have a competition to be the first one out there before the next person or the next business or whatnot. But it's like you gotta weigh the balance between the two. Some of them may not be balanced, man. One's higher than the other, so I don't know.
And I think I would add there's this great simple saying. It's very common that the only person you're supposed to compete with is, the you of yesterday compared to the you of today.
Yeah.
That growth is the only competition that's supposed to be there, because that growth will allow you to be collaborative. That competition within and the growth will allow you to be collaborative with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you are too competitive, then really there's parts of you within the psyche that are competing. But if you find yourself now, you've worked to a place where you are now collaborative, now within yourself, your parts are collaborative, because the outward situation is always reflecting what's going on within. If you're too competitive, then within yourself, it's already an inward discomfort that's just showing out. Yeah.
Yeah. And you might miss details. You might miss details if you're too competitive in something. And you get too competitive, it means you're trying to rush something through and you're not taking your time. And it's so many different things. Now there's a particular type of therapy that you work with, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Jungian?
Oh, it's Jungian.
Oh, okay. It's Jungian. Jungian? Jungian. Okay. So that's okay. Yes. Now I can see how it's pronounced. So.
Okay.
So, for the Jungian, explain this type of modality. What is Jungian?
Yes. So Jungian, it just comes from the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung.
Okay.
Actually, he was the apprentice of Freud.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Carl Jung. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
About
Sure.
coincidence, his theory on coincidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or no, wait, synchronicity, not coincidence. Synchronicity.
Yes, synchronicity.
Yes.
And the more you get, because he's the point where they could not agree with Jung, with Freud, is where he went deeper with the work to the soul level. So now the more you excavate things which are not yours, you get more in touch with the true self. And it's what I try to coach my clients to attract things now from their true selves, and not to try to chase from the ego. No, but really the synchronicities now are really you now being shown your own path and things coming into place in their own way. And actually, it's true. The more you do this work, you see people, things just show up. This is so interesting and so incredible. Life becomes so fun.
Yeah. And especially nowadays, do you see more people recognizing synchronicities or being more involved in recognizing and then identifying and trying to say, hey, this means something. Maybe I should look into this. And
absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, what does it mean to live and create from your true self?
Wow. Now I'm just like feeling it, because I remember the time when I used to like really not create from that, and compared to now, I'm like, wow. I feel like it's something that more people need to get to this place. It's less fear, more allowing. Your mind just ideas fall in. There's energy to create. So now, the thing is, we are so afraid in this life because of the emotions that come up. For example, we are afraid of the emotion, not really the situation. We're afraid of how we will feel if we do something, if we approach something, if we talk to somebody. We're afraid of the emotion, and if you can handle it. It's almost like we'll die.
Yeah.
But the moment we sit with that trigger and work with it in a way that Carl Jung was able to get these tools and resources to work with the emotions, the fear, really, that barrier, once it gets released, and there's no fear, now you are free to create. There's no push and pull of emotions, thinking, there's nothing. There's so much energy that falls in. It's interesting because that pull, that emotion is pulling you from experiencing what you want to experience. When there's that release, you feel the energy and the freedom to create. And an example for me would be, when I was trying to quit dentistry, it was so fearful.
Yeah.
But now that energy, that fear of quitting a career like that. For example, where I'm living right now, my parents were so proud to have a doctor in the family. But now having to go through that process, I'm almost grateful for it. For example, now look at me, and I'm sure everybody has a story like this. A marriage which was so hurtful, but now in a way was able to work through it. That energy, that fear which was keeping me there, now being able to live and becoming a coach and watching myself do all this work, and now being able to coach people. All this energy, it can't come from anywhere. It comes from facing the fear
Yeah.
and then releasing the energy to create now from freedom.
Yeah. Now, where do you think this fear comes from? Because I've with clients that I've talked with and guests that I've talked with and some of their
Yeah.
clients, they're like they don't know where the fear actually, whether it's a low self-esteem or a fear of failure, depending on the task, depending on what it is, whether it's something, going to the grocery store or going down the street to pick up something or meeting up with a group, and we hold back on all of these things in our life for some sort of fear-based mechanism of failure. What do you see the most common trigger being that people just don't want to express their true selves of either doing something, saying something, moving forward with something? And you think it's a mixture of, I don't know, self-esteem, failure? What seems to be the most common reasoning between that?
The most common fear is fear of being alone, definitely. Yeah, because it's interesting because the questions that we ask when I'm doing the coaching, the Jungian way, we go deeper with that question. Like, what will happen is that, let's say you have that result, and then what will happen? What's so bad about it? And
Yeah.
then what? It could be as simple as, okay, fine, just going to the grocery store like you mentioned. But if you go deeper, eventually it always ends it, I'll be alone, I'll be sad, I'll be miserable. So there's always this innate fear we have as humans, unfortunately, to be alone, to end up alone. Fear of abandonment, fear. We even avoid love in the first place. We reject somebody before they reject us, but then again we want them. It's all funny, but the deepest fear we mostly share is the fear of being alone. It makes us do many things.
Yeah. There's been a lots of poems and writings on that. I think there's one called God's Lonely Man or something like that. The most inevitable truth in the psyche of the human species is the fear of being alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now I hear every now and it goes silent every now and then, but I hear in the background there's a lot of kids playing, having fun and stuff like that. And
yes, I'm in an apartment. We're sharing an apartment with many people. Yeah, so we have many kids around.
Yeah. Now, from where you're at in East Africa, I'm sure that the educational system's different, and the society in general is different.
The culture is different. Yes.
Yeah, and the society is different.
Absolutely.
How important do you think this is especially what you work with, the modality you work with?
Yeah.
Getting and working with the younger generation in building their confidence, building their relationship skills at a very young level. That way, as they get older, they can identify their authentic self right away instead of having to get into business or personal relationships and having to be someone you're not.
That's very important because it takes too much hurtful scenarios before you really get it, before you know it, you're a bit older. So if you could have this knowledge when you're earlier on, to be amazing. So first of all is role model. The younger generation, they're very smart. So what I'm trying to see, the Gen Zs and lower, they're smart, they're creative. You can't play with them, you can't bullshit them.
Yeah.
So first of all, you have to be able to like if you're a coach, if you're in the leadership position, walk your talk, do the work yourself, do the own inner work, let it show, and then you can be able to, from this space, convince them.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
now, I mostly work with adults in relationships more than younger children.
Mm-hmm.
So the only answer I would have right now is for them. The only way I can teach them is by being a model, just by being around in my way of walking, talking, relating. They see it and they want to model that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like you almost have to, especially for children at a young age, is we all know that children express their authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
That's they have no preconceived notions. They haven't been molded yet into society
Not yet programmed,
of
yes.
an identity. They haven't been really given an identity yet other than a name. I'm so and so. So it's like we gotta kind of, it depends on the education, depends on the establishment education that's in any place in the world. It's like how do we keep a child or a growing human being authentic to themselves and comfortable without having to separate that identity and be somebody that they're not. So
is it even possible to do that? Is it even possible to protect them completely from the programming?
You can't have that bubble around them all the time. It's like
Yes.
that's where the strength. I think that's where the strength is. The
Also,
strength
yes.
thing is
Yeah.
you got to take them outside of that box and kind of go, here's the world. Here's the situation, a particular situation or event. How would you handle it? And just see. And that's what life is all about. It's getting bombarded with all these different tasks and exercises and events and like I said, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Yeah, and it reminds me of a quote from Carl Jung. I'm paraphrasing, so it says, "The first part of our life is to create a strong ego.
Mm.
Then the second part of our life is to let it go and find our true self."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be tricky. It's like I mean, we all know somebody out there that has a really, really strong ego and they're not willing to back away from it. They become someone that they're not. They become narcissistic. They become controlling. They lose empathy. And it can be dangerous. But
Yeah, but the way Carl Jung will look at it, and also Jungian coaches, is the bigger the darkness, the bigger the impact of light and illumination. Those people who are the most egotistical, that's way gone, they're the ones who can really, when they transform, so much light. Yeah, and I'm sure we have such examples in our lifetime right now.
Yeah. Do you see a big change happening? Not just where you are, but globally as a collective. That
Absolutely.
The newer generations that are coming into the world now, being born into the world, have got a completely different perspective on a healthy society compared to what it has been over the course of the last millennia, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the way we're receiving it in this part of the world, I'm seeing parents saying the way these kids are tough, they're challenging us. But I'm seeing a group of people who they will challenge us to look at our shit and transform them. Look at our own, excuse my language, look at our...
Oh, no worries.
Okay. Look at our own, our own negativity and our garbage and not project it. They don't take it, don't take the projection. They actually point to it. That's yours, not about me. And it's great. And it's good because we're getting more and more people like you and me and more people to guide people who are willing and ready to do the work to transform themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So how can people find you? You do have a website. There's a little construction going on, stuff like that with the website, but it'll be in the show notes for everybody.
Yes.
For the broadcast, stuff like that. But where can people find you online?
Yeah, so I mean, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also my website. So just Dolly Minai, Jungian relationship coach, all over.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, you have anything coming up? Any books? Any traveling? Any courses any projects that you're getting ready to do, or not yet, but kind of like in the works?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nothing has called me to create it yet. But at the moment, I'm still called just to work one-on-one with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So before we wrap up,
Okay.
what kind of takeaway would you like to leave our audience today? Some words of wisdom.
That's a wisdom. I believe that it is very difficult to take responsibility in what has shown up in our lives so far. But I've come to learn that the most powerful thing we can do is to take all the responsibility, because then we can be in charge of changing something.
Yeah.
Changing the situation. Yeah.
I believe that. I definitely believe that is that we can't just sit back and feel that we're not responsible for specific things, especially things that are right there in front of us. Is that we should just, what do they say? Take the bull by the horns, get on the horse, start riding, and take the world, our future as an individual, is to assume full responsibility for everything in our lives. We can't blame anybody for it except for ourselves.
You can't.
Yeah. Dolly, namaste, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And keep us posted if there's anything new happening, and anything new that you would like to share with the audience and the world. And we'd be more than happy to accommodate you and have you back on the show.
Thank you so much.
You are so very welcome. You have yourself a very wonderful day. Rest of the day. Is that actually it's in the evening there, right?
Yeah, it's almost 6 p.m. right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because you're a day ahead of us. Wait, no. Same day. It just depends on what time of day it is here. Then you're a day ahead. So
I think it's half a day ahead. Yes.
Yeah. Right on. That is cool. Dolly, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Everybody, thank you for watching Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. And until next time, see you next week.